You are on so many platforms, so why write a book?
You're thinking that you have to do something completely different. You've already done the thing. And people just want to hear you do the thing again in a different way, right? So all the
Okay. Phrase number one. You're thinking small when you need to think big. You gotta be thinking big.
I gotta say it just like that?
Okay, you don't have to say it like that. That's how the phrase is on TikTok, but the phrase is you're thinking small when you need to be thinking big.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so you're no amateur to TikTok. I mean, you're also an experienced YouTuber. You've hosted a show that was featured on iHeartRadio. You are on so many platforms. So why write a book?
Honestly, because that's actually the exact reason why I needed to write a book. So I was talking to, you saw some of my mentors here, Charles McGill, my business mentor, my business strategist, and it's crazy because he was just like, so casually one day, he was just like, all right, so we just need to get you to write a book, and we just, from there, I was like, hold up, go back. You just kind of skip past that. He's like, yeah, because if you have a book, when you go out and speaking, you can just go ahead and give out some free copies. I was like, a book? Like, write a book? Like, that's a whole lot. And then he was like, bro, you already wrote it. I was like, no, I didn't. He said, you have 200 videos on YouTube. You have so much content, free content out there on social media. It's like
viral content.
Viral content. Like, you think it's small when you need to think big. Like, you got to think big, right? And I was like, all right, tell me more. So then he said, well, what we can do is we can look at some of the content you've already been sharing, some of the gems and nuggets you've already been giving to teachers, but put it in a different medium. And he used the example, he was like, Beyonce just had a concert recently, right? And anybody go to the concert? Anybody go to the Beyonce concert? Natalia, where you at? Okay. You couldn't afford it? It's all right, man, I'm sorry. So I know when Beyonce had a concert, a sold out show, people didn't show up to see her singing new stuff. Like, they wanted to hear Love on Top, right? They wanted to hear the stuff that they're accustomed to hearing her sing, whether they heard it in their car, whether they heard it wherever it was. They wanted to show up and hear her sing her stuff. So it's like, with your book, I'm thinking, I don't have a book inside of me. He said, no, because you're thinking that you have to do something completely different. You've already done the thing. And people just want to hear you do the thing again in a different way, right? So all the content that you've been sharing on social media and all the content that you have out there, the professional developments that you do, the talks that you do, let's synthesize that and let's create it into a book. And that's what we did. And early returns are already showing that it's super, what's the word I want to use? It's really impactful. And I think it's really palatable for teachers. So many people in the education space are like, yo, let's get the book. It's already in a couple of schools. A couple of principals wanted to get it for their entire, staff. And they were like, YouTube videos are cool, but now that it's in the book, it's like official. It's the same stuff. Now that it's in the book, it's official. So that's why I wrote the book.
Okay, cool.